This video is going to be about preterite verbs. I guess I should start with preterite A because everyone has problems with the preterite. When it gets to the preterite, that's usually when the problems begin and people get confused with their conjugation and they confuse their present conjugations. The thing you have to do is when you learn the present tense, AR is easy. If you learn it, you're good. Then you learn ER. Then you learn IR, IR are similar. And then you learn those well. Then you learn the irregulars in the present. And those still don't tend to cause that much problems. It's later when you add the preterite and its irregulars, and the preterite has so many irregulars that people start getting confused with their present tense and their preterite. So you gotta keep it clean. It's kind of like you can't do algebra if you haven't learned your multiplication tables. And the multiplication tables, what you gotta do, you just gotta sit down and learn them. It's just kind of like a drill. So we're gonna talk about the preterite. I'll show you the regular preterite, AR, and then ER, IR. And then also I'll go through, like, I guess all of the irregular preterite verbs. I mean, I guess you could just look at a list, and I will attach a list that I made. I'll put it in the link in the box below to the wiki site where you can get the documents and download them. I guess ideally, you could just look at a list and memorize them, but I guess people, when I actually show students like the actual conjugation in live instead of just giving them a piece of paper, for some reason it helps them. I'm not really sure, because technically you could just look at the list and memorize it, but here we go. It's always nice to, I guess, have a real person go over any details you may have missed. Let me know if you have questions below. And already 2 minutes into it, so let's go. Let's go right here. So this is the preterite. Okay. Okay. So let's do this. Let's start with bailar. Bailar is a regular verb in almost every conjugation. Also, a thing important to know, just because something is irregular in one tense, whether it's present or whatever tense, doesn't mean it's irregular in the preterite. For dormir, to sleep, if I say yo duermo, it's O to UE, dormir, duermo, that first O goes to UE. That doesn't necessarily happen in the preterite. Actually, it doesn't happen. So don't transfer the irregularities from one tense, present tense, future tense, preterite, to the other tense, because it's different, okay? So, I guess I'll start with bailar, like I said. Bail, that's the stem. Bailar, it's an AR verb, obviously. The whole verb itself is called the infinitive. I guess because it still has, infinite possibilities. It can be yo bailo, I dance. Yo bailaré, I will dance. Tú bailas, you dance. It could be any tense and any person. This is just like a base form of the verb. Bailar, and it's to dance. Also, when you're learning Spanish, I highly suggest that you, every time you're writing down a verb conjugation, I would suggest to write the verb. Don't get lazy. Write what tense you're doing it in, because sometimes kids, I would work with them and they would be conjugating something. I was like, what tense are you conjugating? They wouldn't even know. So stay clean, stay organized, stay focused. And underline the stem. Underlining the stem is important because the stem is what you keep throughout all your conjugations, right? But in the future, in the conditional, it's a little bit different. So you got to stay focused and you got to stay just clean. So this is my stem here. It seems kind of redundant, but it really does help. This is the ending. It's just called the ending because it's AR. It could be ER, IR, it's AR. And it means to dance. And also put the meaning of the verb. That kind of helps you remember it over time versus like, wait, what does that verb mean? Sometimes kids will know a lot of verbs, maybe how to conjugate them because they learned that, but they don't remember any of the meanings. Meanings are kind of important, right, if you want to use them. So let's do this. Yo, that's I, right? Bail is the stem. So I'll go ahead and put down all the stems first, and then we'll add the endings. Another thing I wanted to say is, one, is this big enough for you guys to see? Because I think I have a lot of stuff. You can see the door, you can see space outside of the board, and I think usually I have it closer. So if that's a problem and it's smaller, let me know. Either I'll make this video again, or I'll just do it different going forward. I'll try to figure something else with the camera, figure out something with the camera. Also, sometimes people are like, learn the language naturally. You don't have to worry about memorizing conjugations. I mean, everyone has their own philosophy, but I think that you kind of need a verb in a sentence when you're talking. You kind of need to know how to conjugate it. That's my thinking. So learn it. It's kind of like, it's hard to do algebra without knowing the multiplication tables, and this is the base. Learn the base, then after that, you can kind of do a lot more. Tu means you. Also, TPR, total physical response. When you're doing this, and some of my students, they love this. Do it like yo bailé, I danced. Tu bailaste, you danced. Él bailó, he danced. So I danced, right? Preterite, past tense. And you're saying I did it, you did it, he did it. And sometimes people don't believe in the translation. I mean, if you don't want to do that, don't do that. You can just say yo bailé, tu bailaste, él bailó. When you engage your body, total physical response, it kind of helps you remember it. And I mean, for a lot of people it's fun. I guess some kids could get embarrassed, but it's fun. It's fine. Everyone has to do it. El with an accent is he. El without the accent is the. Ella is she. Usted is you, formal. In some cultures they have two ways to say you. Like tú is like informal, your friends, people you know well. Usted is more formal. In some Spanish-speaking countries, they use usted a lot, regardless. I mean, I've heard of that. I've heard usted a lot in Colombian Spanish. Like if you watch the movie Maria Full of Grace, even with her boyfriend, she was using usted. So it just kind of depends on the culture and different factors. In Spain, they use a lot of tú, in my experience. But you know, it might be changing as we become more kind of like everyone's the same kind of culture and life is changing, right? Ellos is they, not them. They is a subject, them is an object. Subjects do, objects receive, okay? They. Ellas also means they, okay? Ellos can be all boys, or it can be a mixed group of girls and boys. Ellas is all girls. Ustedes means you all. Okay? So we have he, she, you, they, you all. It's kind of like y'all, you plural. So this is first person, like I'm the first person closest to me. Second person, you, the person I'm talking to. Third person, this guy over here, he. And this is the singular side, right? One person, one person, one person, one person, one person. And then this is the plural side, right? So the chart is actually very thoughtful. I don't know who came up with it, but it's actually very intelligent. I think, well, from what I heard, is that the Germans were the ones who, this is what I read, organized Latin, like they I guess studied the language and organized like all the verb paradigm. So I think that's kind of really amazing and hard to do. So let's keep going. Yeah, this is first person, like we, first person plural. This one they use in Spain, it's vosotros, you all. A heart because a lot of schools, well, for so many different reasons. Typically, that's not taught in a lot of schools because in Spain, I guess you can just pick it up. So I don't know, you can learn it, not learn it. Yeah. Let's do our conjugations. Bailé, I danced. There's an accent. Bailé. Say it with me. Yo bailé. I danced. Tú bailaste. Tú bailaste. You danced. Make sure you're saying it and just, you know. Oh, I forgot. Oops. I got so excited. You danced. Él bailó. He danced. Ella bailó. She danced. Usted bailó. You danced. This is you with respect, and they put it in this column. Obviously, you is technically not third person, but that's kind of how it works. That's just the way it's conjugated. Nosotros bailamos. Ellos bailaron. Yo bailé. And repeat after me. Yo bailé. And the preterite is a past tense. It's basically like a simple past. It was something that was done in the past and it's basically done. Because the other past tense we have in Spanish is imperfect. That's like I used to walk to school every day. Something, a continuous action in the past. This preterite is more something quickly done. That was loud. Preterite is like a simple past. Simple past. Like an action that was done, like in the moment, versus imperfect, which is ongoing. Okay? Yo bailé, tú bailaste, él bailó. Ella bailó, she danced. Usted bailó, you danced. As much repetition as possible is always good. Nosotros bailamos, we danced. And this is the same as the present tense, so you just know which if it's present or preterite based on the context, right? Nosotros bailamos, we danced. Like in English, we have read and read. Like I read the book or I read the book. Well, I guess it's said differently, so that's kind of different, but obviously it's not. Like, I mean, it works out. Nosotros bailamos, we danced. Ellos bailaron, they danced. Ellas bailaron, they danced. Ustedes bailaron, you all danced. So, let me know if you have any questions, constructive and kind comments. Anything I can help you with. I mean, I know I have a lot of comments from before. People ask me to make certain videos. I need to sit down and make a list of all those things in a notebook and just go down the list and make all those videos. And then this is AR verbs. Obviously, I'm going to do one for ER verbs and IR verbs, and then all the preterite irregulars, just to kind of get myself going, because and I'm going to make a list of everything that I need to do, and you guys are obviously going to make requests if that's what you need, if you need something. I think that's about it, and I'd like to make these videos as succinct as possible because I think sometimes that's helpful on YouTube. I don't know if I have anything else to share with you guys at this time, but I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned something. I hope you stay consistent in your learning your Spanish, and I hope I stay consistent with all of this because I really want to share something that has been very special and wonderful for me with you. And like I feel like losing weight and learning a language, or getting more fit, whether you want to bulk up or slim down, is like losing weight and learning a language is similar, because it's, for a lot of people, it can be difficult because you need to be consistent over time. You need to do the right things on a consistent basis over time to see results, and you have to be very patient. So just be patient, and I hope you enjoy the process. Thank you for your time, and I hope you have an amazing day.